What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome into the CHGO Bulls podcast, coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck, my guy, Big Dave, bam, doing the Queens wave.
Yes.
BAWL Sports.
Shout out Queens Gambit.
Our pal producer on the controls is Joey Spathis, at Joey Spathis. Happy Monday. Hope everybody out there in Bulls Nation had a wonderful weekend.
Yeah.
A couple of things on deck before we get to our Bulls topics for the day. Mm-hmm. Young Joseph, it was your I'm a big boy now birthday yesterday. Congratulations on the big 2-5.
Joey birthday?
Thank you. Thank you,
Shout
Matt.
out,
Yep. Big 2-5,
Congratulations.
quarter century. Birthdays aren't as fun as they used to be.
Not as fun. You remarked to me earlier that you were just a young 22-year-old pup when you first started working at CHGO.
Exactly.
My God.
Well, it's like, Dave, you have you have your big ones to look forward to. You're 18, then you're 21. After 21, it's just like, well, I'm just getting older now.
Yeah.
Spoken to someone who ain't got there yet.
You got a ways to go before you get birthdays where you start looking forward to cashing Social Security checks.
I didn't have my most fun birthdays until I got in my 30s, bro. That's me.
I have a good outlook on it. I'm just saying. I'm like, it's different.
What do you want that's different?
It's just a different feeling.
Okay. You don't like it?
No, I do. It's fine.
Okay.
It's a little more intimate, It's a little more chill, low key. I'm not a big birthday guy, so it just
so this is perfect. Then.
Spend the time with the family. It was great.
Okay.
I loved it.
Any gifts or anything like that?
Nothing major, no.
Nothing major. That means you got something. What you get?
I got some stuff for the kitchen.
Okay.
Which is what I wanted.
Oh, you are getting old.
That's exactly what I said yesterday. I'm like, what's happening to me?
Yeah.
He said, what's happening?
Getting to an age where you need your own kitchen appliances.
A cutting board.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice. That's a good one. Wooden cutting board?
Yeah, wooden.
Oh, you serious, son?
Do you have a good set of kitchen knives yet to go with that cutting board?
I also got some knives because I needed. Those were basically hand in hand in what I wanted: knives and a cutting board.
I like that, Joey. That sounds like what I did this weekend.
I'm so proud of our young man.
A real ass
growing
adult.
up, getting kitchen stuff. What did you do?
Oh, dude, I made a grown ass purchase.
Oh yeah,
this weekend, dog. I bought a juicer
from Ray Chevy.
I bought a juicer. No, Ray gonna hook me up with
a juicer.
Yeah, man. I bought a cold press juicer, bro.
What? Okay, please expand upon this.
Your juice is
it's one of those machines that you just put whole fruits into.
Yeah, you put your whole fruits in, and it gives you awesome juice.
You can just buy juice at the store, right?
Well, it isn't pasteurized and doesn't have all that stuff in it. You know what I mean? It makes it just easier and it's better for you to get. And I absolutely love it because I realized I wasn't getting any vegetables in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I not getting more vegetables in my life? And I said, this is a great way to do it. So now beets and celery and broccoli and just kale and all kinds of stuff, man. Oh, it's delicious.
Beet juice.
Yeah, man, beet juice with a little
that's like the butt of half the jokes about Dwight in The Office, right? No one likes beet juice.
Yeah, but Dwight was one of the most wonderfully in shape people on that show.
Dude, if you think you're not eating enough vegetables, dear.
I wasn't. I eat tons of fruit, but I wasn't eating a lot of vegetables, and I wanted to get more vegetables in my life, man. So I went and got that, man. Get the ginger. You can put that in there, bro. Like I'm having a ball.
I'm
really
happy.
Enjoying it.
I'm happy for you.
I'm so happy.
And your new juicer.
I really am so happy.
You gotta bring it and put it on the set next to your mini air conditioning unit.
Hell no, it ain't coming in.
Big Dave's here, just like, what was that about Zach LaVine? Yeah, 1 second.
With the pinky up, baby, just sipping. You know what I mean? Just chilling, man. I'll be enjoying, Joe.
Big Dave just starts bringing in more obscure appliances.
Hey, baby.
Every couple weeks.
Just
drinking beet juice out of a champagne flute.
Got me up. Wait, that's a juicer. That's a pizza. I got my pizzazz joint. You know what I'm saying? I got the what you call the smoothie one? I can't remember the name of it right now.
Smooth. What do you mean?
What you make a smoothie in?
Blender.
No. It's a name for it.
A magic bullet?
Magic Bullet. Thank you.
There you go.
it's type of-
NutriBullet. Is it?
NutriBullet.
Okay.
Yeah, type of blender.
So I got my NutriBullet. I got that, and I got my cold pressed juice, bro. And
All right, let me put the people on for 1 second here before we get to basketball talk.
Come on.
We got time.
But I mean, I think our diehard viewers are used to it. The Roku test channel might not be. The Ninja Creamy, Dave. It's my number one appliance.
The
what now?
Ninja Creamy?
We'll talk later.
Ninja.
I am making my own ice creams, and they are getting rave reviews.
Rave reviews. Okay.
Wow.
Rave reviews. It is a passion project of mine. I'm
Okay.
working on continuing to perfect my craft, and hopefully, soon I'll have some that I can bring into the studio that I feel good enough about, sharing with the.
Were you inspired by that, whatever, like McDonald's, like grandma's purse flavored
this has been
McFlurry or
going on.
something?
This has been going on for longer than that. I've been experimenting, but if there's anybody that is looking for a hobby, an appliance, the Ninja Creamy, it's fun, it's easy. You can make some healthy stuff. You can make some not healthy stuff. I'm enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it. That's the key, man.
I
can
don't
make the
know
same thing
what
on
the
what I
brand
got, too.
was, but my
it's
folks have one of those like ice cream, like at home ice cream maker things, and we
Yeah.
made some homemade ice cream with my nieces last summer.
Oh, wow,
We
okay.
took them to a strawberry field. They picked fresh strawberries, then we made
Okay.
homemade strawberry ice cream. It was fun.
Yeah,
and delicious.
We used to do that when we were kids.
Yeah,
too,
was that a
bro.
Cuisinart, John?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I used to love doing that as a kid. Like, they had ice cream, but it had the crank handle on it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, man. And they used to do it like that. But yeah.
it's a great 4-hour workout.
Yes, correct.
Crazy how
correct.
far technology has come. The Ninja Creamy, 11 functions in one.
11.
Ice cream, light
What do
ice
you
cream,
need
gelato.
11 different functions for
Italian
to turn cream
ice,
and ice
sorbet.
into ice cream?
You hear all he's saying, right? You hear all the things he's saying?
Gelato, sorbet, Italian ice, milkshake, frozen drink.
These
Come
are
on.
all just fancy names for ice cream, except for sorbet, which is not ice cream. I'm glad you did not throw frozen yogurt in there, because get that crap out of here.
There's a frozen yogurt from
You might as well just get ice cream if you get frozen yogurt. That's how
I
kinda
feel bad, but also just like no sympathy simultaneously for anyone who eats frozen yogurt and is like, this isn't as good as ice cream. It's like, well, freaking
Yeah.
duh,
Why
because
do you
it's
think it would be?
yogurt.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, get you the ice cream or get you the custard. Like, just go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? Don't lie to yourself.
Precisely.
Go ahead.
A lot of people showing Joey's a birthday love in the comments. Carlos saying Joey's 25, but he still looks like a senior in high school. Especially,
Junior.
well, he's got the little like 4 or 5 day beard going on.
Yeah,
It
man, you
ages
know.
him up a little bit
It's definitely the 18 and a half
Oh, yeah.
beard. You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean? Like, I can get into the movie
from the
theater
senior photo in the yearbook.
Right, exactly.
It's like, I have facial hair.
behind the fake background with the fireplace.
Yeah.
Got his foot up and shit.
Joel in the comments saying, enjoy it, Joe. Still got some years left until you're 30. Many people say 30 is the best time of your life.
I had a ball.
I'm
still having a
2/3
ball.
of the way through my 30s, and I have enjoyed every single day of them.
Man, I'm speaking wrong. I'm having a ball at every age. But yeah, man, I had a yes.
There's a big part of Dave who's still 25.
yeah. Oh, younger than that.
15?
Well, yeah, probably 17.
Verbal abuse?
Yeah, right. Probably 17, dude. I'm a grown ass kid. Like I don't mind saying that. I admit to it. I am, but it's me, and I'd rather
Why we
enjoy
get
it.
along.
It's why I rather enjoy it. It's who I am, man. Straight up, and I have fun.
Yes.
Go eat some ice cream.
A little bit of an update on the other member of our crew.
yeah,
Goat had
What's his
a
name?
flight. Will the Goat Gottlieb.
Gottlieb. That's what it is.
He had a flight that was supposed to get him home like earlier in the day yesterday. That flight got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
So now theoretically he got himself on a different 2-leg flight back to Chicago that left later yesterday. He did let us know in between those 2 legs of those 2 flights that he made it part of the way, leg 1 down.
Yeah.
I think he said he was scheduled to land sometime late afternoon here in Chicago. So that is why he is not here yet. Technically his vacation is supposed to be over. Maybe he's extending it by a day with a bullshit lie about his flight. I don't know. I'm not putting that on him.
I'm not
just
putting that
saying
on him, but yeah.
I have no evidence of this canceled flight other than the fact that Goat is not here.
He's just lying, Kevin. He really missed his flight. He's just playing. He missed his flight.
I'm sure he did.
You sure he did?
Yeah, so hopefully he will be safely back on Chicago
Goat's
soil
like
any
the
minute
last
now.
person that would make something up and
Well, he also said, like, my new flight might get me to Chicago, like, by, an hour before our show on Monday. And I was like, dude, just go home.
yeah. I think, but
I'm
Be here tomorrow.
I'm taking that vacation day away from him though.
I put a check on next to you.
I work for HR now.
Go be at his house. Let's see your luggage, sir. Let's see it. I don't believe it.
Don't believe it.
That's how it goes.
Speaking of HR, there are some people who work for Chicago sports teams who might have different HR representatives in the broadcasting world.
Okay.
Segway pick.
Ayo. We are going to talk about the latest Zach LaVine trade buzz. We'll also touch on some words by Derrick Jones Jr., former Bull, that he spoke leading up to his Mavericks NBA Finals that start later this week. But before that, a little bit of Chicago media news.
Okay.
You probably saw it, made waves around 10 a.m. Central earlier today. The Chicago Sports Network, and this is a press release from the various teams, CHSN for short, will launch in October across multiple platforms with plans to deliver Blackhawks, Bulls, and Sox games to the widest audience possible. CHSN will deliver more than 300 live Hawks, Bulls, and Sox games annually, along with first-class pre- and post-coverage and 24/7 multi-sport programming. It will broadcast from production studios in both the United Center and Guaranteed Rate. It will launch in October with Blackhawks and Bulls preseason games being the first games covered. Okay. White Sox games will finish out this season on NBC Sports Chicago and begin at CHSN in the 2025 MLB season. Team's partners, Standard Media, own 4 media stations from Rhode Island to Nebraska, based in Trigger, Nashville. Its leaders have decades of experience negotiating distribution deals with cable and streaming services. It is a joint venture with the 3 teams and Standard Media. Okay. They are bragging about reaching these different parts of the Midwest in addition to Chicago and Illinois, including Indiana, Iowa, Wisconsin, and Michigan, pending league approval. The network is in the midst of building out its staff and has begun its hiring. It will have continued announcements through the summer as distribution and other agreements are finalized. Updates will be shared on their new website, letters.com. As far as what Bulls fans can make of this, I don't necessarily think a lot will change. If anything, it sounds like people might be able to watch Bulls games now with just a TV antenna.
Yeah.
Not necessarily needing a cable package or streaming service of any kind, but that if you are someone who regularly has, up for the last umpteen years, watched Bulls games on what used to be CSN, now NBC Sports Chicago, it might be a different number on the channel and have a different name attached to it, but it'll still be the same, and they are, as far as plans, finding those carriers and those providers. Nothing will be interrupted. Bulls fans won't have to pay a different amount of money to watch these Bulls games.
Yeah, I think that also is what stood out to me is that paragraph right there. The network will launch in agreements in place with traditional cable providers, streaming services, and be available via free. Enjoy what I tell you about free.
It tastes better.
Come on. Over-the-air broadcast. And the first thing I thought was Channel 9. How it used to be on WGN, and if you can go back further than that, used to be on Channel 32 as well. Also used to be on the U as well. So I remember that for a lot of our sports teams, obviously, before everything kind of went to cable. Hello, Marquis. Everything kind of went to cable and things like that. But yeah, man, I think that's a good thing out of that as far as accessibility for fans who just want to turn the TV on and see their team. There are a lot of people who, even though we're in an age of technology and evolving into that, there's still a lot of people who are like, I turned my TV on and I didn't see you. Why weren't you there? Right. I'm talking about me specifically and Matt specifically. Like, dude, I used to be, weren't you on TV? I'm like, bro, I'm still there. Like, they're like, I'm on YouTube. YouTube? Like, but I used to just turn on my television and you were there. Like, okay, you can do that now. You can turn your TV on and see the game, and you don't have to think about it, and people will enjoy that aspect of it.
For sure. Colin in the comments asking, is it as confusing as I think it is? Fish making a Jerry Vision joke. Nicholas, meanwhile, asking what happens to Stacey and Adam. So Stacey King, I saw on Twitter earlier today, confirmed this himself when someone tweeted him saying, hey, this news changing. Are you and Adam sticking around? And Stacey said, and confirmed, yeah, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Stacey and Adam are employed by the Bulls.
Yeah.
And so basically this is, take the name NBC Sports Chicago, turn it into Chicago Sports Net or Chicago. I keep wanting to say Comcast Sports Net because that's what it used to be.
Of course.
Chicago Sports Network.
Yes.
Really creative name.
They had an H.
Yes. There's an H in there.
Get the H.
You have to huh when you say it.
Thank you, Lawrence.
So Adam and Stacey will still be on the broadcast for TV, color commentary and play-by-play. I think the question they said we're going to have pregame and postgame coverage. I mean, they can't touch us. We know this, but people wondering like, what does this mean for our friends and former colleagues, Jason Goff, Kendall Gill, Will Perdue? Are they going to just be plucked from there and moved over here? I think that there's a decent chance that happens.
Yeah, I think it's a decent chance that happens. I don't see why they would get rid of basically one of the best pre and post games out there.
They do great work.
Why would you change that? They do amazing work, man, and everybody loves those guys. So,
yes,
yeah,
they do. Shout out to Colin who said shout out Outsiders. Those were fun days, weren't
shout
they?
Out.
The good old days. Shout out Savine, dude. He's geeked. Mavs were 3 days away from Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
Happy. And scared. Well,
yeah, I'd shit my pants if I were him right now. We got to take our first break right there. We'll come back. One or two more thoughts on this interesting Chicago broadcasting news, and then we will dive into some Derrick Jones Jr. thoughts.
Yeah.
Speaking of the finals, while we are doing that, you know what to do. Hit that like button if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you also subscribe to that CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Dave!
Man, segue pack said, went from shit your pants. So we're taking a break right now.
Speaking of taking a break.
Make it amazing, man. Beer! We love it. We drink it. We enjoy it. And we chill out to it. If you're 21 and over, as our guy Joey Spathis is proving every single day.
I have 4 years.
Hey!
He's never going to get carded ever again.
Ever again. He's getting carded tomorrow. Between work, social media, and the choices life throws our way, it's no wonder we're more worked up. Coors Light celebrates rising above and choosing a chill mindset. Why not turn that rained out barbecue into the Will to Go Gottlieb 50th annual karaoke house party? Mm-hmm. Or after a tough loss, settle scores with an ice cold peace offering. Make the choice and choose chill. Then reach for Coors Light, that mountain cold refreshment. Because you know when the mountains turn blue, you know what to do. Because it's as cold as the Rockies. Coors Light is cold lager, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smooth finish. When you embrace a chill mindset, it's a good time to choose chill and crack open the Coors Light. Coors Light is mountain cold refreshment, crisp and refreshing as the Colorado Rockies. Make the most out of your times to chill. Choose it and choose Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door via Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/CHGO basketball. That's CoorsLight.com/CHGO basketball. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey-o! CHGO Bulls today also brought to you by Lucy Nicotine. Are you looking to upgrade your nicotine routine? If so, you got to check out the wide variety of great products at Lucy, which offer 100% pure nicotine and always tobacco-free products. They are available in pouches, gum, and my personal favorite, what they call breakers, which are like little nicotine pouches that have a little flavor burst bubble in them. Breakers are available in 4 milligrams or 8 milligrams. You got to try some of their wonderful flavors, including mint, berry, citrus. Love those. Espresso, my current favorite, apple ice. I got a pack of them in my work bag right now.
See this.
Ooh, I mean, it tastes exactly what it sounds like. It's like apple with a little like sort of like snowy, frosty flavoring to it. It's real good stuff.
Nice.
You could get yourself set up with a Lucy subscription and have it delivered straight to your door. No more weekly or even daily stops at the gas station when your tank has gas in it, but you say, I need that fix.
That's right.
Nope, not with Lucy when you sign up to become a member to get that stuff delivered straight to your door. Also, depending on how much nicotine you're used to using on a regular basis, you can get these variety of products in different dosages of milligrams, 2 milligrams, 4 milligrams, 6 milligrams, even up to 12 for you more regular nicotine users. Yeah. So if you are ready to level up your nicotine routine, check out lucy.co, lucy.co/CHGO Bulls, and use that same promo code CHGO Bulls to get 20% off your first order. Lucy offers free shipping and has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. That's lucy.co, promo code CHGO Bulls to get 20% off and always free shipping. Here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age. Joey qualifies. And every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Orders are age verified. And nicotine, watch out. Addictive chemical.
Watch out.
But back to the Bulls. So, look, I mean, I've seen a lot of people getting jokes off today about this, Chicago Sportsnet thing.
Okay.
Network, sorry. It's basically what NBC Sports Chicago has been since the Cubs left to do marquee.
Sure.
It's going to be Bulls, it's going to be Hawks, it's going to be White Sox.
Okay.
They're going to be doing pre- and post-game coverage from the UC, from the rate, and I don't know how much this will change things. I really don't. Mm-hmm. I think, if anything, my hope is that all of the fine people who work at NBC Sports Chicago will find new homes, whether it be on this other network or somewhere else in this city, if that's what they want. Because you and I can speak from experience. The people who work there, production crew, studio managers, directors, everyone, people who work on their digital team, like everybody over there are wonderful people who work really hard and care about their job and have such great passion for the work that they do and passion for Chicago sports. And come September 30th, at summer's end, NBC Sports Chicago, formerly Comcast Sportsnet, something that Chicago sports fans have had a huge part of their lives for the last several decades, will cease to be a thing. And those are the people I'm thinking about right now.
Yeah, it's a huge part of my life, not just because I sat in front of my television and watched it all the time, but because I actually lived a dream and actually worked there, which is wild.
Still weird.
Still wild.
Still weird that we can say we worked there.
That I actually worked there. And I can attest to the two things you just said, like just really nice people. Yes, it is, Joe. Just really nice people who are hardworking, because I immediately just thought of all the people who I would just laugh with in there, but then all of the people who, some of them I didn't know until they got up out of their chair and walked around, because they were always sitting and working.
Yep.
And some of them I just knew from the back of their heads. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never saw their face. They were just working. There were some producers who we never even saw for months, because they were just always in the production room working. We didn't know they existed, but they knew us because we were on the screen. And we're like, wait, what? Like, I don't know you. This is crazy. But they are so hardworking, man. Shout out to my man Mo. Shout out to Glenn.
Shout out to Linda.
Shout out to Katie Duffy. Shout out to, man, they just got so many people there who meant a lot to us. And, would just laugh with us and always worked with us, and always a kind word, but always keeping us up as far as the stats. Like, no matter how many stupid stats I thought were stupid, I would give them. They would give it back to me.
Manny.
Just so I could read it on there. My man, Manny. Shout out to Manny, dog. I loved Manny. But
Yinks? Oh
man, dog. Oh, my God. We had so much fun there, and just talking to those people and meeting those people. And, of course, the guys like Will Perdue and Kendall Gill and Jason Goff and Mark Shanowski, who we all met, and the rest of the ex-Bulls that we met, too. And, of course, I got Bulldog, who none of this is possible without Kevin Anderson at all. It was just an amazing experience, man, that I still look back fondly on. I really do.
I do, too. And, my secret plan that I will now unveil to all of you is to convince Purdue and Kendall to come just work here for free.
Okay.
Just pro bono. Yeah. Come hang out, have fun at CHGO.
Now, if you know there's nothing those two guys like doing, it's working for free.
I mean, I will donate each of them 1% of my salary. If we get you on, that's 2%.
That's 2%. Joey, what we put you in for? 0.5%?
Go to Stuckey. I think
go to Stuckey. Okay. He's like, don't even come for my half. I just had a birthday.
Speaking of people who used to work over there.
I just bought a cutting board, son. Don't come at me with this.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm on some grown stuff right now. Get off me. But yeah, man, like they just meant a lot to us. They still mean a lot to us.
They do.
We still talk to them, which is really cool. And yeah, man, I think they'll be back on there. And the guys behind the scenes, I think a lot of them will be back on there too, because they were some of the best in the business, man.
They truly are. Hope so. It'll be interesting to see how this transition goes. And
Tori, shout out to Tori too.
It sounds like they are confident that whoever your cable provider is or whatever streaming service you use that does now offer live sports as part of its streaming package, that you'll be able to find this new channel on any and all of those platforms. Plus, that kicker that you added, which is like, hey, also like antenna TV, still a thing.
That's a thing,
and
man.
you can find it there too.
That's so cool. That's gonna be big for a lot of people.
Right.
You're gonna see it on more in certain shops and areas that you go into that don't have cable, that just have the antenna.
Right, exactly. Because I saw plenty of Chicago sports fans on Twitter today talking about, like, oh, great, Grandpa Jerry's squeezing another dime out of our pockets with this changeover. It's like, look, Jerry also basically owned NBC Sports Chicago.
Yeah.
It's not different. They're just changing the name.
Yeah.
And if it was a situation where it's like you're going to have to pay more to watch Bulls games next season because of this change, that I would be at the front of the angry mob.
Yeah.
That's not the case.
This guy, the front.
Would be at the front.
He'd be in the back
with
when
a torch
he got there.
And a pitchfork.
And they'd be like, Matt, what are you doing back here?
Ready to kill Shrek.
Get up here to the front. He's ready to murder Shrek.
Shrek turned out to be a very lovable, misunderstood ogre.
Exactly, but you still be ready. Just in case, Shrek. Taking you out, man.
Taking you out.
But yeah, shout out to all those people there, man. Like, a lot of great memories. And there are a lot of people here who also have great memories of that place and those people. So
it's true.
Shout out to them, man. And,
I think so. Yeah. Somebody in the comments said, I hope Mark Garman can find a job.
He'll be all right.
Oh, he did. All right, so next item on the agenda, Derrick Jones Jr., a lot of these NBA players doing interviews, getting ready for NBA Finals, kicking off on Thursday. It's game one, but of course there's a whole week's worth of media leading up to it, kind of Super Bowl-esque, right?
Yes.
Derrick Jones Jr., familiar name, familiar face. You might remember him from a couple of Bull seasons not that long ago.
Heard of him.
He was asked, basically, looking back on your free agent summer, your decision to decline your player option and explore the market, are you happy with the way that things worked out compared to other potential paths? Joey, I don't know if you have that clip and can play it for us right now.
I accepted my player option in Chicago and still been on a team that's not in the playoffs right now. But I just decided to bet on myself and I took less money to come here, but the money wasn't the problem. The money wasn't the issue. I just wanted to have the opportunity to be on the floor and to showcase what I'm able to do. And it happened for me.
Thank you, Joe. So that came courtesy of Landon Thomas, who is a Mavs reporter for Mavs Fans for Life.
Shout out, Landon.
To those of you in Bulls Nation who are a bit hard of hearing, basically what DJJ just said is I could have accepted my option in Chicago. I decided to bet on myself. Took less money to come here, but the money wasn't the problem. I wanted to have the opportunity to be on the floor and showcase what I'm able to do, and it happened for me, end quote. Bulls fans heard that, saw that, and speaking of torches and pitchforks, I hope Billy Donovan has a strong iron gate on whatever house he's living in, because boy, were the Billy haters out in full force when they got a hold of that, Dave.
I'm interested to see. I didn't see it. You told me you saw it. I wasn't online looking at it, so I'd like to see what they were saying, man. But when I first saw it, I understood why they would be out, strictly because of how he worded that. It wasn't the money. It was basically being given the opportunity to get on the floor and showcase what I do. And the first thing I thought of was how we sat here and discussed why he wasn't playing on certain games and on certain days. He just was in the doghouse for reasons we still don't know. And we could have used him in that athleticism and what he could have done for this team. And I believe it was earlier in the season that he wasn't playing. Mm-hmm. And then Billy, around January, maybe February, started putting him in, and then just
and then he got hurt.
And then he got hurt, and then Billy refused to take him out the game. He just would leave him in. He's holding his hand every time he's up and down the floor, and I remember you and I cringing a lot every time he would do anything with his hand because he always was holding it like it was literally about to fall off. So that was concerning. But saying those words of being given an opportunity is what stuck to me. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, the Billy hate is coming immediately. It's on the way. But I understood it from the way that was worded. I'm sure people weren't looking at it rationally when they heard it, which is probably what Matt saw. And what he can defend and properly defend and rightly defend in that sense. But for me, that was my very first thought was when he said opportunity to play. It wasn't about the money. It was the opportunity to play and show what I can do. And there is evidence that that was not the case in several months of his tenure here with the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah. Chris, early on in the comments, probably when they saw the headline, said, I don't blame Derrick. Billy didn't use him enough, nor did the team use his ability to attack the rim consistently. Should have seen the offense run more lobs, cutting to the rim, especially when we had Derrick Jones Jr., Zach, Javonte, Patrick, Drummond. There's too much athletic talent to not be more aggressive and attack the rim and get dunks. It's disappointing. Okay, some of that I don't take issue with. But, like,
come on.
The names that you're listing there as far as how you would have preferred to see the Bulls play. Derrick Jones Jr., hurt frequently. Yeah. Also playing behind a number 4 overall pick the front office was obsessed with. If you're talking about playing him out of position, a lot of people say, oh, Billy would only play him as a small ball 5. He should have been playing at the wing or at the 4. Playing over DeMar DeRozan or Patrick Williams, get real. You think it's Billy going to prioritize Derrick Jones Jr. and his play style over DeMar DeRozan, all NBA DeMar DeRozan when Derrick Jones Jr. was here?
Not go ahead.
Or their number 4 pick who they still really wanted to see blossom? Javonte? Yeah, cool. Hurt a lot and can only do so many things. You want a Lob City Bulls offense that Billy didn't build us and it's Billy's fault because we had DJJ and Javonte out there? Come on. Like, be realistic with your criticisms and who it's directed at.
Agree with that.
In what world does Derrick Jones Jr. get more run at a position he's better suited for to, run to the rim for lobs and hit corner threes when the people ahead of him in those spots in the rotation were DeMar and Patrick? It was never going to happen. And that's AK. And the roster he built. That's not Billy, but I feel like I'm yelling into a void when I say shit like that.
And the other add to that argument is we don't know what he would have done here if he was given that opportunity. But in Dallas, you have the opportunity to play with Luka and Kyrie.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as Gio also just pointed out in the comments.
You're playing with 2 of the best guards ever to play in the NBA. So your ability to showcase what you can do and your skill set, yes, you'll have a better opportunity to do that no matter the minutes that you play. Now, he ended up starting, which is phenomenal, and doing those things. Him hitting corner threes, running the floor, getting tip dunks and lobs. He was doing that here. I remember the time when he was like 40% from that corner 3, and it was out of control. And then when the All-Star break...
For like a month.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. After that All-Star break hit, he couldn't find the rim. You know what I mean? But I remember that. And the fact that he's getting those opportunities now is great, and he probably wouldn't have got that opportunity at least I know that, because Luka's not here and Kyrie is not here. So Matt is right. The construction of the team and how it was, we don't know if he would have been able to play the 3 or the 4. Billy played him exactly where he felt he could help, and I felt like he did help playing that small ball 5. You know what I mean? He definitely added something fun to this team. But yeah, like, just to completely not look at it and be more nuanced in your disagreement of it, and just say, no, this is all wrong and all of Billy is incorrect. But to say that he didn't get a complete opportunity here is a fact. Like, I can't argue. I'm not going to argue that. You know what I mean? I'm with that. He didn't.
Right.
But he wouldn't have got it like Luka and Kyrie. It's Luka and Kyrie, bro.
It's a different world. And I will grant you that. Like, yes, at times I myself wondered why DJJ wasn't getting a bit more run.
Yeah.
And, so somebody in the comments just pointed out Andrew saying it's too bad DJJ was stuck behind not only Paul but DeMar, Caruso, 5 Javontes. Like, Billy had a lot of weird misfit toys that he was trying to figure out how to play with, and DJJ often was sort of like the odd man out at times in his short stint here. But again, if you correlate coaching and who plays and style of play as like, because this, then that.
Yeah.
And you're watching DJJ thrive in this role with the Mavericks where, yes, he's playing with Luka and Kyrie.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah.
Also, the team as a whole is better constructed.
Yeah.
He knows his role. It's not like... So it's Billy's fault for focusing his offense around DeMar DeRozan?
No, it's not his fault for that.
Like, what are you saying when you're saying, oh my gosh, like the Bulls absolutely screwed the pooch with Derrick Jones Jr. as if he's some star?
I don't feel that way.
No, he is a role player in the correct role over in Dallas right now.
No doubt about it.
Could he have been a better role player with the Bulls? Partly with Billy's rotations being a bit better and other pieces of the roster around him being built differently and better? Sure. Yes. That's how role players work in the NBA. If they're in the right spot, they thrive in that role. If they're not, they're sort of an afterthought.
Yeah.
And he here was an afterthought, but it was about roster construction more so than coaching, in my opinion.
That's fair. And, I mean, and people like to bring Daniel Gafford into things like this also, which I love and absolutely adore Daniel Gafford. But I continue to say to people he needed to leave here to find himself. He needed the point guard. All the stuff he can do well, he couldn't do without having an actual for real deal point guard. And we didn't have one. We didn't get one until after he left when we got Lonzo. You know what I mean? And when he left, he went and got Russell Westbrook and he started shining. And now he's with Luka and Kyrie, and he's super shining in those instances. So with Derrick Jones Jr., I'm specifically looking at the instances where there were games where he just be DNP, coach's decision, and there would be games where those guys that we're mentioning and talking about were struggling, or they were hurt, or they wouldn't be out there, and Derrick Jones Jr. still couldn't get on the floor. Because I understand that argument if health was part of it, but some of those guys would also get hurt, and he still wouldn't get an opportunity to play. And that's what I couldn't understand. And those are the things I put on Billy. But as far as him doing what he's doing now, oh, man, no. There's no Luka here. There's no Kyrie here. So a lot of those things, you can't sit here and tell me that was going to occur without two of the best ever next to him, dog. That has to be a thing, too.
We got to take our second break. But also, Julia in the comments pointing out, Gafford, Lowry, Butler, DJJ, everyone thrives when they leave.
Yeah, we've said that a lot.
Hey, guess what? Some of the players on that list, and I would throw Bobby Portis' name in there too,
Toss him in.
were role players who thrived after leaving the Bulls when Billy was not the coach.
Don't tell me who was coaching.
What happens to your argument when you bring up those other examples?
Don't you dare say the name of who was coaching them players.
I won't.
Don't you
Wouldn't even dream of it.
Don't do it.
Some of those are Hoiberg era.
It's true. It is. And they weren't doing their thing. Lowry, I was happy when he left because I was like, well, it's not going to work. You have to get to a point where you know it's not going to work here. In your mind. You have to say that, like, well, it's not going to work here. Lowry was one. Butler was one. Derrick Jones Jr., I wanted to come back, but he wanted to leave. Fine. Didn't work out. Gafford, I told you it wasn't.
I mean,
like, some of those things just like, don't say Holiday. Please don't do that. Okay, now we got
had a couple of nice games for the Nuggets before they got bounced in the semis. He is still the
same play. He has never changed. This is who he is. He'll come in, he'll get hot first early, and then he'll disappear the rest of the season. He does it all the time.
He does.
Shout out to him, though.
Shout out to him. All right, let's take our second break right there. We'll come back on the other side. Keep diving into this. Plus, also, we got to talk about the latest goings on in the world of Zach LaVine and offseason trades. If you didn't do the like button the first time around for our friend Troll Joe,
hey Julia,
whose good friend Regular Joe is celebrating his birthday.
Shout out to Angie.
Hit that like button now, and make sure you also subscribe to that CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Dave, who's next?
Oh, Joey, since he's grown, I think we should have got him a gift.
From Sunnyside?
From Sunnyside.
I mean,
we should have got him a
We saw him holding up the Sunnyside bag last Friday.
We did.
He was already getting ready for a Sunnyside weekend.
Well, that's probably why we didn't give him a gift.
Probably.
He already got the Sunnyside. He don't need us. He's a grown-up.
We'll just have him tell us the next time he's running low, and then we'll restock for him.
And then we'll go over and get some sorbet.
Hey.
We'll do it like that. Sunnyside, your home for Judgment Cannabis free shopping, a place where all kinds of visitors are welcome to explore, discover, and purchase a wide array of high-quality hydroponics in the city. Sunnyside has everything you need to elevate your summer. One-stop shop, y'all, for all your cannabis needs. Sunnyside has an expertly curated menu with over 100 strands to choose from, plus easy online ordering and in-store pickup. Sunnyside is Illinois' favorite dispensary with locations in the city, places like River North, places like Wrigleyville, and all the way out to the suburbs, Champaign, South Beloit, and much, much more. And you can head to Sunnyside right now, sunnyside.shop. Use that code HICHGO and get yourself 35% off of your favorite brands like Cresco, Good News, and more to elevate your first purchase. Again, that code is HICHGO. 35% off is what your wonderful self is going to get. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary, bright buys every day. Only 21 and over or Illinois Med Card holders.
Can't use Billy Bong Thornton without Kenny, man.
Use Wesley
Pipes.
Yeah.
Oh man, wait, did you finish watching the sequel?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. I'm gonna save it for this weekend.
I am afraid because I am afraid I'll watch it and it'll be terrible.
It's horrifically bad. It's horrible.
But if it still has some sort of redeeming entertainment value while being, like in the category of awesomely bad movies.
Yeah. Yes, I know what you're saying. Let me finish
which
that.
some people might make an argument for the original Half-Baked being an awesomely bad movie, but I would counter with that's just
brilliant.
an awesome movie.
That's just an awesome movie, dog. That's just an awesome, brilliant movie. I'll finish it. I'll let you know.
You report back.
I'll report back.
Today's show also brought to you by our friends at Circa Sportsbook. Summer League's getting closer, y'all. You know what that means?
What that mean?
Circa Resort and Casino, the biggest and most grandiose sportsbook in the world.
Woo!
On
the way.
Check out that Circa app offering those tight money line splits and their low hold model, always striving for those starting odds for game spreads, point total over-unders to be minus 110, unlike a lot of other sports books and their competitors these days who push those starting odds to minus 115 or even minus 120 at times for no gosh darn good reason at all. Not Circa. 110 is the place to be. They also keep as little money as possible on large market bets like futures, golf tournaments. We still got a couple of those majors later on this season.
That's a couple.
And you could still get a bet right now on who's winning the NBA Finals. Is it going to be Boston? Is it going to be Dallas? We haven't even gotten to game one yet. Place a futures bet on who's going to hoist the Larry O'Brien in a few weeks. And do it at Circa because those bets, you will find the best value at Circa. Also, we all know that they have the very best customer service in the biz. Real people behind that Circa brand who resolve any issues you might have in a timely fashion, unlike other sportsbooks who use the dreaded chatbots. All aspects of that app are being run by the same team that run the main Circa Sportsbook at Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. I was on the phone with customer service last night with a internet provider.
Yes.
I will not say which one.
Jerks.
Chicagoans probably know the one I am referring to.
I know it.
Anonymously. Came home from a weekend out of town and my internet would just kaput.
Kaput?
Just like troubleshooted in every which way, reset the modem, did this, did that. Nothing.
Dare you, anonymous cable company?
I had to have one of those dumb text app things within their website before I could actually eventually get on a line with it. It took forever.
That's a drag.
Last thing you want to do on a Sunday night after getting back in town from an out of town weekend.
That's true.
It was like come home to find your internet not working and then try and deal with customer service. It is like a wonderful reminder when you get good customer service after dealing with shitty customer service.
It's important, y'all.
Circa's the best, y'all. Yeah. Download the Circa Sports Illinois app at circasports.com/Illinois-app to sign up today. Also be on the lookout for Circa's events, watch parties, and tailgates, including that Cubs Friday 120 Club in the bleachers every Friday 120 game, hanging out at Mercy's beforehand. Also, speaking of which, Cubs, Sox, Crosstown tomorrow night and Wednesday.
Down.
CHGO Cubs takeover happening at Wrigley tomorrow. Go hang out with them and our friends at Circa. If you or someone you know may have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-426-2537. Text GAMB to 833-234. Visit AreYouReallyWinning.com.
I wanted to say, Joey, I wanted to tell you this also. I watched Dune 2 over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I know you love that movie.
Did you see Dune 1?
Yeah, I've seen one already.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
and
it.
Your thoughts?
I thought, you know how those movies, there's always a timestamp movie for a generation.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Star Wars, Matrix.
Dave, somebody said this exact same thing to me.
Dune 2 is honestly one of those timestamp generational movies.
For real?
Man. Like, seriously. It's good. I'm sure he thinks it's a massive,
my roommate said that same thing to me. He said,
you know
I think
mean?
we're going to look back on this and be like, that was one of the coolest movies we saw in theaters.
Pretty cool, bro.
In theaters in terms of in this time in our life, you know? Like, it's one of those where I'm like,
I agree.
In my late, my
you'll be
early
telling,
20s,
in 20 years, you'll be telling your kids about it, and they'll be like,
I saw that
I wish
in
I was
theaters.
alive to see it then, kind of situation.
And that is a movie that I don't ever go to movie theaters, and I saw Dune 1 just at my apartment, and I saw Dune 2 in theaters, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, and it's a nice twist,
crazy.
Too. Nice little twist on it, man, on those kind of epics.
Alex saying Dune was nice. Yeah. Dredd saying Dune movies are boring, man.
They are long.
I will say this, admittedly being someone who is completely oblivious and ignorant to this hype around the Dune movies. Sure. I hear people talking about them. I see stuff about it on social media. Have not seen them. There's two of them. Have not seen them. Don't care. I was like, why do we need this? Like, we already have a Tremors, series from back in the day that was pretty solid.
Pulled out Tremors.
I mean, what do we need these Dune movies for?
Shout out, man.
We already have Tremors.
Tremors on them, dog. Shout out.
Fantastic.
Man,
fantastic
awesome.
Special effects on those Tremors movies back in the day.
You are awesome. You pulled out Tremors. Oh, yeah, shout out Shirtless Wonder, who's back outside because the weather is nice.
It's shirtless weather.
It's shirtless weather. Just got the shades on. That's all he's rocking.
Shirtless weather.
Rocking the shades.
Hopefully he's rocking some Shady Rays.
Shady Rays. He shout out Baby Joey.
Ew. Okay. Circling back to the DJJ stuff, just one or two more thoughts, and then we can move to Zach.
Sure.
Reagan in the comments saying, I don't know why Bulls fans want to flatten this issue to just Billy. It's multifaceted. There are many problems. It is, in fact, extremely bad.
Sure.
Yes, Reagan, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Nico Stark, meanwhile, saying, the rationale tells him, get rid of a great player because your point guard is not correct. What? Bah, ha, 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 ha. So get rid of great talent just because? LOL. Oh, my God, who gave these clowns clown emoji? Maybe missing the word mics in there? Were you trying to say who gave these clowns microphones?
I think maybe he's saying
okay, well, let's pump the brakes on referring to Derrick Jones Jr. as a great player, who the Bulls just let go. Also, it was like he had a player option,
or
it wasn't a team option, or Gafford. Great players? No, they are good.
They're good
NBA players. And the point about not like a healthy Lonzo Ball and Derrick Jones Jr. were never a thing together.
Yeah,
all these Bulls fans be like, why didn't Billy play a faster brand of basketball? Lob City, Derrick Jones, Daniel Gafford, because he didn't have the pieces to run that.
Yeah,
he did not.
Who is supposed to throw the lobs?
That's
Drummond?
Did we not see what happened when a lob tried to happen this year at the United Center for this team?
Sorry, I forgot. Who will throw the lob?
You ended up being the Shaqting of fool of the year.
Of the millennium.
Forever and ever.
This is now my new dream for the Bulls. I think they should go all in on bringing back Derrick Jones Jr. and Daniel Gafford on max deals and have Torrey Craig throw them lobs 1,000 times a game.
And Drummond running points.
Every play is a Torrey Craig lob attempt.
All the time. Let's see how that works out. Somebody has to give it to you.
Was I, as a Bulls fan, frustrated and banging my head against various hard surfaces watching the Bulls like slow plotting offense year after year? After they told us, hey, we're going to speed up this offense, we're going to mix up the offense, more unpredictabilities and this and that, and there was all word service, and it all went away after like a week of trying.
Yeah,
because Billy Donovan is not an idiot and understood that the most efficient scoring that happened on the floor 9 times out of 10 was DeMar DeRozan being DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
But no, it's Billy Donovan's fault that we didn't have a DJJ and Gafford Lob City team that's in the finals right now. What the fuck are we talking about?
Do you know who else likes to catch lobs? Is Andre Drummond.
Oh, yeah.
So what was his lobs at this season? Did he have a ton of them? No. His points came off of just getting the rebounds off of the tons of misses from the open shots that the Bulls would take. He would get those rebounds and put them back. They weren't running the pick and roll, throwing it up over their head so he could catch a lob and dunk it. They don't have those kind of players on the team. The one guy they had only played 35 games. So, yes, you're going to struggle when that's the offense that you can really do better, or do best, I should say, as in Gafford, as in Derrick Jones Jr. That's what they do, bro. But you need a point guard to get them the basketball. And if you don't have that, well, why are you here? That's what he's saying. Well, I don't need you to play. Why are you here, dog?
Tangy saying we don't have a Luka or a Kyrie. Hell, we don't even have a starting point guard,
bro. Like
some confident Kobe White fans among Bulls Nation might take issue with that statement, but I would kind of tend to agree in the grand scheme of things.
And Kobe might become that kind of guard who can do those things as far as getting that lob together. Again, I don't doubt Kobe at all right now. I think he can do whatever he feel like doing. But at this point in time, what we're talking about, it don't exist for the Chicago Bulls, bro.
Dreads in the comments saying it's also a reason that DJJ has been on like 5 teams.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody else in the comments earlier saying like, were we having these conversations about Derrick Jones Jr. when he was with Miami? No, he was an okay player on an okay team.
Yeah.
Philly, were on any of these other various stops.
Portland.
He found the perfect spot as a role player in Dallas.
And it fits him wonderfully.
It does.
And he's being used perfectly. Shout out to him. And congratulations.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out.
Shout out to Julia. Said Bulls management throws missed lobs all the time. Oh boy, howdy do they? Oh God.
Shaq did the fool of the year on a lob. The year.
Colin saying Andre Drummond deserves 6 to 8 lobs a game. He gets his own lobs from himself from missing layups around the rim.
Yeah.
That is Drummond getting his lobs.
Yeah, correct.
Offensive rebound, a.k.a. tip miss layup.
Correct.
Offensive rebound,
right.
Tip miss layup.
All the time, dog. Like, it is so awesome to him, man.
It is, but you know, as soon as I saw that soundbite from DJJ, I was like, "Oh boy, oh boy!"
Torch. Matt knows when he hears torches, the crackling of fire off of a torch, the scraping of a pitchfork against the ground. He knows what it sounds like, and that's exactly what it sounds like right there.
We all have our torch and pitchfork moments.
Sure.
You know, for me, it's aimed at other people.
As it should be.
Okay.
Do you have a little shelf, like a cabinet that you open up, and it's like a torch that's already lit and ready to go, and like a pitchfork that you just have to screw together?
No, I don't know.
Like a one that you, like a travel case that you carry with you in your
traveling
house.
Yes, he has one all the time. It's never lit because you don't want to trust Matt around open fire. You want him to set the fire, and then he'll have it in his hand. But
I guarantee you can get yourself like a little mini collapsible and transportable pitchfork.
Sure.
Torch might be a little trickier. I mean, you have a little flint and like a torch stick that you can wrap something around. It's also collapsible, but like I have a collapsible shovel, so of course you get a collapsible pitchfork.
You know, like I say, he knows a lot about these things, don't he? Don't he sound like he know a lot? What you think he doing up there when you go to Michigan?
I purchased all of it legally. It's camping equipment.
Yes, camping equipment.
Might it come in handy sometime down the road for other things?
Where you going, Matt? I'm
gonna set up camp outside the Advocate Center. Just see who wanders by.
Oh, man.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Speaking of those people who hold offices in the Advocate Center, let's talk about Zach LaVine a little bit and the Bulls front office maybe trying to trade him still this offseason. We talked about it a little bit on one of our shows last week when there were some rumors going around that the Sixers might be interested in Zach if they swing and miss on Paul George and getting him away from the Clippers.
Yes.
This little tidbit came from Casey Johnson of NBC Sports Chicago, speaking of them, shout out, and his latest mailbag column that he released, and a Bulls fan asking him a question: do the Bulls see an offseason LaVine trade as something that has to happen?
That's a good question.
In case you missed it, here was Casey's thoughts on that. I do get the sense both sides are motivated to make something work this offseason. I don't think the Bulls will take an awful deal if little materializes, but I do get the sense they are open to more possibilities than before. More to the point, I've reported before what their asking price was: all-star level talent, first-round picks, or both. And my sense is that has dropped significantly.
Wow.
End quote. Casey Johnson, mailbag, NBC. Wow. So, look, I don't think there's any Bulls fan who would be shocked to hear, wait, the Bulls aren't expecting all-star talent and or first-round picks for Zach LaVine anymore? Home Alone face. Yeah, we all saw what happened with Zach this past season.
Yeah.
Didn't play well, kind of grumped around, and then had season-ending surgery. All of that leads to that price is going to come down. Sure. It's whether or not the Bulls front office would be comfortable trading him at a lower value.
That's the question.
And AK saying at the season's end, some things got to change. A lot of Bulls fans led to, well, does that mean we're finally going to trade Zach, who also wants a trade?
I think so.
The phrase dropped significantly. And again, this is just Casey answering a mailbag, and he said it's from his perspective. My sense is how he phrased it. My sense is that asking price, which once was all-star talent and or first-round draft capital, has dropped significantly.
Yeah.
Then the question is, how much is significantly?
Yeah.
Are you willing to trade him just to get off his contract?
Yeah.
Are you willing to, by God, attach an asset to get off that contract?
Please no.
Because that is, you want to talk about significant droppage? Looking for all-star talent in return, or looking for multiple first-round draft picks to, what do you want in addition to us giving you this guy who we don't want?
Yeah.
That is significant.
Yeah, I agree. Very significant to give up any asset, especially when you're depleted. of them on this team. And I'm talking about draft capital when I say that, and you can say talent too if you want to as well. I think it's going to happen, and I think the Bulls are comfortable. Let me take that back. I don't think they're comfortable with giving him away for what they think they'll have to give him away for, but I think they are accepting of it. Mm-hmm. They understand what has to be done because, again, that's the biggest change that I feel they truly don't mind making. If we're talking about him, DeMar, and Caruso, Zach is the one I feel like they're like, we don't mind making that. It feels like the DeMar and Caruso one will, for some reason, make their stomachs explode from ulcers and pain for some reason. But it feels like Zach is the one because both sides kind of want this. Of course, they don't want to give him away for nothing, but we kind of seen how they operate. They'll get offered some things and they won't like it because they want extra. They want more. And that's why they are left in a position of, we'll give you this bag of Doritos. That's kind of where they are right now with Zach.
Larry in the comments wants a year's worth of Flamin' Hots.
See, they might not get the Flamin' Hots. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might have to settle for the nacho cheese, just the regular nacho cheese ones, and just be happy with that. Also, there is no bad Dorito, kids. Always remember that. But I think
the purple ones are trash, but continue.
This is not true. The chili joints are fire.
Terrible.
Good stuff. But I think they have to make this decision before the things come together for them in the draft. Mm-hmm. Because if they're going to attach an asset, Matt, it would have to, in my opinion, it would have to be that number 11 pick to move down to get somebody that they might want. Because AK, again, as he stated millions of times, he does not like picking high. So if they do attach an asset, it's going to be that one, in my opinion, so they can move down and get somebody down there in this kind of draft where who knows who's going to be good, where they're picked. Nobody really knows. So I see that kind of happening. I also see maybe they do that one with Sacramento that had been talked about a lot, getting back Davion Mitchell, Herter, and Harrison Barnes. Mm-hmm. I could see that happening too. Those things can go down because those guys still have a little bit in them where, you could look like you could field a slightly formidable team out there that could, perform on a nightly basis. Not going to win, but you could perform out there. So, I think that's the position they're in. Some of this they put themselves in, of course.
Right.
Others, other of it is Zach wants to be in this position because it's made it known, like, okay, it's fine. You can go ahead and trade me.
Right. Drew is in the comments saying, AK cannot change this. He must seek Buddha. He must seek Christ.
You must
I see you, Drew. Shout out Garofalo.
Yeah, I like
Jeff Rock saying, what frustrated me is that whenever Zach could drop a random 50-point game, fans were saying, Zach's the man, keep Zach. Those are the moments to trade him when his value is highest. Now it's too late. Fish, meanwhile, saying, I think them saying his price has dropped means that they have accepted his value. Mm-hmm. And that, I think, to me, is the key from where I'm sitting.
Agreed.
When it's a Casey Johnson mailbag, and he says, my sense is that the Bulls front office have dropped significantly their asking price for Zach, and both sides still want to find a trade for him. Yeah. Ideally, as soon as possible, maybe this offseason, maybe draft night, hypothetically. To me, if Casey's sense is accurate and the Bulls front office have woken up to reality and dropped that asking price a bit and are so intent, in fact, on trading him that they are willing to listen to those significantly lower offers, then it would be a departure from the norm that I think lots of Bulls fans have been frustrated about for years, which is that whether it be Gar and Pax or now AK, a front office that tends to overvalue their assets until it's too late to recoup value for said assets.
That's a Bulls classic.
That is why we are stuck where we are.
Yeah.
So them acknowledging, crap, we're kind of stuck here. We got to make a move. And again, which is why maybe you trade high on Zach when he was balling out leading into the trade deadline in the 22-23 season, and your team still looked like it was bound for a play-in tournament or at best a first-round exit. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why you trade Alex Caruso at this season's trade deadline or last summer. Okay. Stop holding on to assets before they depreciate so much so that you cannot trade them.
Yeah,
and it's Zach now, and it might be DeMar if they sign him to a 2 or 3 year deal this summer. Yeah.
And I appreciate the acknowledgement of this is not just an AK thing. This is a Bulls classic.
It's a Bulls thing.
This is a Bulls thing. They've been doing this for a long time, always holding on way too long to certain assets, and then saying, hey, league, we want the greatest players ever for this asset. No? Well, fine, watch out. And then they just be, okay. And then they're like, hey, league, we'll take a bag of your finest Doritos and kale right now for this player. Oh, no kale? Oh, all right. Give us the bubble tape. So, yeah, man, like, they've been doing this for a long time. This isn't new, sadly. And I hate the fact that we have to go through this again and again and again.
And again.
And again. And then one more time after that when it happens. But I really do think it's going to happen very soon for Zach LaVine, man. Peace, Kev. I really think it's going to happen very soon for Zach. And by very soon, I mean like around that draft night. I think that draft night is going to be crazy.
It could be some weird-ass fireworks with teams being like, what do we do in this draft? Right. I don't know. Let's make a trade. Like, let's do something. You. We feel more confident making a trade of players who haven't been drafted yet than we do selecting a draft pick.
Seriously. Like, these next 2 years of these drafts are going to be defining. One, because no one knows what they want in this one, so you'll see I think you'll see different trades and guys moving up. And the next one, because of just how stocked and talented it is, it's going to be a weird kind of season. Like, what teams are really going to want to be in the race and what teams are going to pull the plug early and say, nah, we're not in this. We're good. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and we'll just do something else. These next 2 years are going to be fun for me. They're going to be kind of fun and interesting to watch. And I want my team to be on the side of fun and the good stuff. Please, like, just be on the side of the good stuff, man. That's all we saying out here, dog. If it's time to trade Zach, let him go. If it's time for DeMar to go, it's all right. If it's time for Caruso to go because it's been time, cool. But damn, you know what I'm saying? You got to make these decisions.
Fun as a Bulls fan.
Fun as a Bulls. It's a thing.
What's that like?
Oh, man, I can regale you with tales of what it was like to be a Bulls fan when it was fun.
Jan.
I feel bad for young Joey, man.
Oh,
didn't get a lot of it, man.
Yeah, young Spathis got some of that with the D-Rose Joakim
Oh, yeah,
years.
super young Joey when he was rocking jerseys that couldn't fit him down to his ankles and stuff. When he was seeing that, yes, it was cool to him. But
simpler times.
Andrew
in the comments saying, I still say DeMar's value can only go down. Move him now. Zach's value can go up if he comes back healthy and motivated. And I think, we touched a little bit on that on last week's episode talking about Zach trade stuff. I do think there is a world in which Zach LaVine can take his, flooded basement trade value right now and bring it back up to the kitchen floor.
Yes.
If he comes out healthy at the start of next season and plays like the 25-5-5 version of Zach LaVine that not only Bulls fans have seen and knows exists, but the rest of the NBA world has seen and knows exists.
Correct.
That version of Zach could get you a better trade than whatever you might get for him this summer.
Yes.
Just factually speaking. So if they put a pin in that and say, well, for now, let's see if we can find a sign and trade for DeMar, I would be fine with that.
I would too, man.
I would be fine with that.
Because of the asset you'll get back for a young DeMar DeRozan. I think right now will be better than what you can get back for a Zach LaVine.
Some Flamin' Hots?
Some Flamin' Hot. You'll definitely get the Flamin' Hots.
A Lucy or two?
Oh, let's not get crazy. Maybe your Sunnyside
it's
coupon.
Bump the brakes.
You get a coupon, go Sunnyside with that. But yeah, man, they got to make these moves and find out what it can be because, like you said, that's a great point. If Zach is doing his thing, if they decide to keep him and he does his thing, just the first bus for 2 months, if he does his thing, eyes will be like, oh, we want him.
Well, yeah. The other part of that person who sent in that mailbag question was saying, could it get ugly if he doesn't get traded and ends up sticking around and playing for the first part of the season because of the stuff that happened last season? The trade stuff is out in the open now, dirty laundry. And also, the clutch client factor and all that.
Yeah.
And Casey did make note of the fact that he said, both sides have remained very professional up to this point. I expect that to continue.
Okay.
But the desire from both sides to make a change has grown. So if Zach doesn't get that trade this summer, and people also saw him, dapping up LeBron at some Bronny James event.
Yes.
And people were like, oh, yeah, Zach was interested in going to the Lakers. Well, of course he was. It's L.A., it's the Lakers. Yeah. LeBron and AD are there. Why wouldn't he be?
Right.
Are the Lakers at all interested if they ever were? Right. But the factor of can things get more uncomfortable for Zach and the Bulls and everybody this upcoming season if he is still on the Bulls? compared to the already kind of uncomfortable stuff that we all saw last season.
It was uncomfortable. On and off the floor. So,
post-game interview, no thank you.
No, thank you. No, thank you. It's going to be. Hey, but here's the bigger question. Have you seen the Dalen Terry workout video? Hey, let's go. It's the season. 'Tis the season.
I did.
Did you see him?
Shout out to our friends over there at C-Red UK,
Shout out.
who I saw post it.
Yes, sir. I was watching like, look at this man.
He shot a ball into a basket.
He did. He dribbled and shot a ball into a basket.
Speaking of let's not get crazy.
Oh, man. I can't. Yes, it's the season. 'Tis the season, y'all. 'Tis the season of them workout videos. Let's go.
Hooray. 'Tis the season now to wrap up because we are out of time.
Yes.
Reminder, I think they might have just 1 or 2 straight tickets left to the CHGO Cubs Takeover, Cubs Sox Crosstown Classic, tomorrow night, Wrigley, game 1 of 2 of that little mini-series. Go hang out with our fellow Cubs and White Sox fans at Wrigley. Have some fun. Make sure you sign up to become a CHGO diehard to get the best of our coverage, including that NBA draft database from our one and only Willie Gottlieb, who may or may not have landed in Chicago. Let's see.
Come on,
Let's
Colin.
see. Last second check. Goat, just getting home now. Brutal last 36 hours. Thanks for covering. Check in with y'all tomorrow.
Hey.
The Goat is back on Chicago soil, y'all. Let's go.
He put on an extra 3 pounds because of cheese and croissants.
Yeah, thanks for texting me, Will.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Well, I texted him just on the me and him thread. Mm-hmm. So that was me who butted you out, not Goat.
That's right. I ain't in on the thread, Joe.
As long as we're both not in it.
That's it. Just me and you, Joe. Just me and you. And baby Joey. And Troll Joe.
Of course. He is not allowed to use jet lag as an excuse. He better be in studio, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at 4 p.m.
How
tomorrow.
do you think he'll be?
Man.
Do you think it'll be a ridiculous
I hope he grew a, Paul Bunyan beard while he was gone for 10 days.
He was.
I hope he has a lumberjack beard.
I think the stubble will be pronounced. More pronounced than we've seen.
I'll be disappointed if he shows up clean shaven.
Oh, yes. I'll be very disappointed. Very disappointed. Very disappointed.
Summer Goat. He's got to have some
Summer
scruff.
Goat's got to have the stubble.
I'm holding out hope for an out to here beard.
Yeah. In 10 days?
Like a woolly willy
Who
beard.
do you think he is, Peck?
Yeah. I shaved this morning.
Oh, my God.
And I showed up to work.
It's still stubbly. This is amazing, dog. That's unbelievable.
We are back tomorrow, same time, same place, 4 p.m. Central, with another fresh episode for y'all. In the meantime, you can follow Dave BAWL Sports. Our guy, Will the Goat, is at Will_Gottlieb. He's back in town. He's going to be picking up that draft coverage any minute now.
Yeah.
Shout out to our panel producer, Joey Spathis. He's 25 now. He is at Joey Spathis.
Appreciate the love from everybody, both you guys and in the chat. Means a lot. Thanks, everyone.
As always, sir.
He's a big kid. CHGO_Bulls is where you can find us. I'm Bulls_Peck. Subscribe to your preferred podcast platform. Subscribe to CHGO Sports YouTube channel. And have a great Monday night. We'll talk to you tomorrow. See you, Red. Be good.
Peace of love. Go watch Dune 2.
Goat's back. Tremors. Watch Tremors.